Welcome back, guys. This is Doug with Basement Level Magic. I am in round one. We have lost the die roll, so we're waiting on our opponent. And whew, this is a tough hand. So I've got all my mana and not one creature. Yeah, I don't think that will work. Sort of the opposite. I do have the ally encampment. I have a 1-drop. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it, and I'll put the land on top. We'll see. I think this is a pretty questionable keep. If we draw some early stuff, we might be alright, but... So, I'm sort of tempted to lead out Plains, and just take 1 damage this turn and not play the Lookout until I can keep up the Lithomancer's focus. Plus, he'll think I drew the Close-Side Lookout next turn. So he'll be less likely to think that I have a trick. I don't know, is it even worth it to kill this thing with a trick? I guess so. I don't have any other, like, 2 or 3 drop creatures, so probably it's okay. Opponent's sort of on the same game plan we are so far. So we take a damage. Alright, that's enough planes. And I think we pass. The only reason I value this creature at all is because I don't have another one I can play until, like, turn 6. So... he plays a second one. Okay. I mean, if you have 2, this definitely is a creature I would consider sacrificing. So there's still no reason to play the ally encampment, right? Right? Excuse me. So I'm several turns from being able to do anything. I play the ally encampment. He knows I'm playing multiple colors. He knows I can get them all, at least for a creature. And right now, well, I guess it doesn't really give him any information. It's not like he knows that I will use it for black or green. So I'll go ahead and play. And I think at this point, I know I'm going to hit 4 mana. I know I can use at least 1 of any color I need. And I have a plains. I'll offer the trade. Pretty likely we hit another. So he values his creature a little more than we value ours. That's good to know. Hopefully he's just stuck on a color. And a land. Okay. No attack. Jeez. Okay, so I have all my planes. I can't cast the card until next turn. I can go Calastria Nightwatch next turn. And I'll be able to turn on Cliffside Lookout after next turn. And then I'll have the Beastmaster after that. So if my opponent's not doing anything, do I want to wait and bring down the Tajuru Beastmaster first? Or do I want to bring down the Calastria Nightwatch? That's a good question. So I'm going to offer the trade again. Opponent is now 2 mana behind us. Might as well. He may not have anything else to play. And he seems content to take the damage, so I'm fine with that. Still no land. Starting to feel bad for him now. Not too bad, though. Feel bad for me not getting another color of mana. So I think here we just do the same. So we got quite a bit more power on the board now. Opponent still appears to be stuck. Yep, still stuck on mana. Wow. And making discards. Alright, so Breaker of Armies. Maybe he just went with too high of a mana curve. Totally possible. Yeah, I think we're definitely in a position where a Fertile Thicket sounds like a good idea. We could use another land next turn. Would love to have a second green so that I can cast my Green Warden. So the question is, do I want to bring an ally in first? Doesn't trigger anything. Do I want to activate the Close-Side Lookout? I think we'll just go ahead and activate the Close-Side Lookout. I was just thinking, is it worth it? Is it worth it to spend the mana for one extra damage? And I don't have anything else to do with my mana this turn. I don't want to play the 2G Restore because I can only do it for 2 colors. So I'm gonna do it. Oops, colorless. Might as well. Plus, we don't know, he could have a trick. Yep, force, that's just what we wanted. Some good cards we got rid of, though. I don't see our opponent coming back from this game, but it doesn't look like his deck. I mean, double Close-Side Lookout is pretty questionable, but... Alright, going to the sideboard. We didn't see anything. It's really hard to make any changes. I mean, I could see where his deck might end up being fast, but the one creature with an ability we saw can't be activated until 5 mana. I think we're good to just run it back. Hopefully see more of his deck this time. Alright, is this something we can keep? So are we playing like 19 creatures? This is like pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan once. That seems much better. I'm gonna bottom... Am I gonna bottom that? I'm gonna bottom that. I got all my colors, and then I have the Fertile Thicket as well. So, I think we're good. Geez, double Fertile Thicket. Let's see, is it you may? So I can choose to not use the ability. I think in this case I'm gonna not use the ability. See how Tommy Lee's deck performs this time. So other than one more planes, I like basically have everything that I could want. And I have Perfect answer for a creature that has to attack every turn. Alright. I'm good on lands now, deck. That's fine. Opponent floods. He never had red last game, yeah. So opponent got stuck, now I flood. It's just Magic Online for you. This is Magic in general for you. I think white-red is a very powerful archetype. If he gets out early ahead of me, he has a very good chance to win these games. Late game, I feel like I have the advantage. So opponent f6 there. Jeez. Alright. So I have no play, and I have no landfall in the deck, right? So there's no reason not to just do this and deck thin a bit. This is not the start you want against this deck, that's for sure. But for all I know, my opponent just built a bad deck. I didn't see a ton of great red come across. And Reckless Cohort isn't something that makes me think, oh gosh, I sure wish I had picked up red. And there was a couple decent ones. Opponent's stuck on mana again. Jeez. Okay. I mean, I'm not doing anything, so whatever. Next turn I have a play. You gotta feel bad for the guy getting stuck on mana 2 games in a row, though. No, maybe he's playing like 16 lands or something. And it's his own fault, but... So far I have not been able to do anything. We have the opposite problem. And opponent f6'd again. Oh, there's a 2-drop. That seems nice. But I think we want to get our threat on the board. Plus, we'll gain a life next turn, giving this flying, so he won't be able to block it. Not that he can anyway, but... So what now? Next turn I'll be able to play absolutely any card in my deck. Opponent's discarding again. Yeah, I feel really bad for him. This is terrible. Well, I don't feel that bad for him. So... I mean, he can't block me anyway, but I guess the Calastri Healer has some value. I could have waited on that until he had a blocker. I mean, that makes some sense. But then I might have missed out on some life gain. Between then and now. If it even becomes relevant. Opponent did find a mana. He's at 4 now. We're at 6. And holding 3. Chasm Guide's a good one. I just block the bigger of the 2. He no longer has to attack. That's a good card. And it won't take long to beat our opponent through the air at this rate. Next turn we can have what I tap the Calastria healer and gain first strike, vigilance, or trample. So one reason to stop playing mana after I get my 6, where my deck tops out, is that, oh, that's a bummer. But honestly, I would have killed the flyer, since his spell would have shrunk the other one anyway. I mean, it is a powerful effect, don't get me wrong. I just feel like that's not how he's going to lose this game. Gosh, I don't know if Vampiric Rites is even necessary, especially if opponent's going to attack. I'm not using the Calastria healer to block with, so I can attack for 5 a turn. Opponent's on a 2-turn clock. I'm at 20. Any ally creature would be like the best. I would love to see that. Opponent now has plenty of mana. He's on like 5 and has really not cast hardly anything. He discarded an Inspired Charge. He has a Smite the Monstrous for 4. He's played only 2 creatures. I honestly think he's considering conceding. What? Radiant Flames for 1 color? So, he did that wrong. He needed to tap his white mana. Yeah. So his plan there, it looks like, was to kill the Calastria healer, so that I can't gain life, so that I can't gain flying. Oh, so my line of play, I'm an idiot. My line of play was to play the Vampiric Rites. Oh, I only had 1 black mana, so I guess it wouldn't have worked. So actually, I should have played it, though, because I play the Vampiric Rites. I sacrifice anything. The Calastria healer or the Fortified Rampart, probably. Gain a life, gain flying, and I can attack. And then if I don't win that turn, the following turn I can do the same thing with whatever other creature I still have. So this has been Doug with Basement Level Magic. We got the win. We are going on to round 2. I will see you when that starts.